All right, so we need to talk a little bit about lean startup, right? So we have some understanding about entrepreneurship and the technology trends and the opportunities and the challenges, and the journey of an entrepreneur, what it really takes to be a successful technopreneur. I mean, there's loads and loads and loads of videos and inspirational stories about technology entrepreneurs on internet. So you go and find them out. Yeah. I'm just guiding you. So the next important part of this is a technology that was developed by a guy called Eric Ries, called Lean Startup. He wrote a book called The Lean Startup, and it has become a very popular method for people to start technology businesses, right? So it's about learning what your customers really want. It's about testing your vision continuously, adapting and adjusting before it's too late, right? A very popular saying is fail fast, fail often, and let go of the superfluous, right? What this means is this. Now try to understand this very simply. What it means is that a lot of the time people try to start a business or develop a product and try to sort of develop a fantastic product, like a perfect product, before taking it to the market. They think that, I know what to do. I know what to make. I know the app. I know a great, service that the market needs. And they develop and they put in a lot of money. They put a lot of time and resources to develop that product and the service as they think is right, and then they take it to the market. They try to market it, and the market says, "Whoa, we don't want it." The market is not willing to buy the product. That's what happens to a lot of entrepreneurs, right? And that is why a lot of entrepreneurs fail. And I have personal experience of this. Like, I think that this is a fantastic product, and I put money, time, energy developing the product, and when I take it to the market rejects it. Because creating a product that the market needs is the secret. It's not about you creating a fantastic product that you think is great, right? If the market, if the consumers, if the customers are not buying it, if there are no buyers, then it doesn't go in. It may be a great product, but it's not going to give you business, right? So then the question is, how are you going to find what the market wants? What kind of product does the market need before you invest a lot of money and time? That's the secret. That is the method. That is the question. And lean startup is about that. Lean means, like, you cut out all the superfluous, right? You don't put you don't put too much stuff in it. You lean, the leanest most way of starting a business. No fancy stuff, no big stuff, right? Only the essential, the most necessary things you start. You saw it in Jack Ma's video, whether it's the real ones or not, it doesn't matter. That, look at that office, that first office. It's not a fancy office, right? Just the minimum, very lean, only what is needed, right? Just some tables and some chairs and the computers, and that's it, right? Very lean, very, 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 very stringent way of doing things, right? And then what we mean here is that we try to create a minimum viable product. And we call it MVP, right? Minimum viable product, MVP. This is the key for a lean startup, right? What do we mean by that? What we mean by that is, let's say that we see a market need, and we think that we have a product that can fill that market need. And instead of actually building that entire product, you build a raw product, like a small version of that product, like a mini version of that product, or the earliest version, the simplest version of that product, right? Without spending time, without spending a lot of money, without spending a lot of resources, right? Just do something in a couple of weeks, right? With a little bit, the least amount of money, right? You do something, you find stuff that you can find at your home, in your neighborhood, just grab a few things. If it is a technology product, if it is an online thing, then you just, take existing code and, do something, put it on a website, and then just take it to the market. You're just taking it to the market and then giving it to customers, potential customers, and asking them, what do you think? Right? The chances are the customers will say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like this, this doesn't have this doesn't have this. It's fine, right? Then what you can do is you get that feedback from the customers and then incorporate those features into the product, again take it to the market and test it in the market. Then the customers will say, okay, I like it. If you have more of this, I don't like this, so then you take that out, again do it, and again take it to the market. Right? Now this way, when you take the product to the market, and if the market rejects it at the first place itself, then you know that you should not be developing that product, right? You should not be developing that product, or that you need to find a different way to do the same product, right? Because you're getting the feedback from the customers. Remember, in Jack Ma's story, Jack Ma says that we didn't get any money, but we got a lot of emails from customers thanking them. That's the feedback. The customers must have told them, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this. And the Jack Ma used that feedback to improve the website, right? To improve Alibaba. And then eventually customers liked it so much, they started paying for it. That's how it happens. That's essentially lean startup. And it's not like but don't make the mistake. It's not like this. Like, it's not like if you want to build a car, a minimum viable product is not a wheel, right? If you want to sell a car as your final product, you need to start. The minimum viable product is a what do you call this? Scooter, like a push scooter, right? This, and then to a bicycle, then to a motorcycle, then to a car, right? This is not minimum viable product. This is not what we mean here, right? So you develop the simplest version of your end result, and then you sort of take it to the market and get the feedback, improve it, take it to the market, get feedback, improve it, and so on, right? So this is what it is. This is lean startup model or approach, right? You have an idea, you build it like really fast, build it, and you have a code, right? So now you take it to the market and you measure it. You measure the customer feedback, and then you gather the customer feedback as data, and then you analyze that data and you learn from that, and you come up with a better idea, or you improve the idea. And this goes on like this. This goes on like this, right? It's like a spiral. It goes on. It starts from the center, go around, go around, go around, go around, go around, go around. So you're continuously developing the product, right? Now this is specifically for like very hard information, IT, digital software. It says unit testing, usability testing, all of that, right? I mean, you don't need to have, you don't need to understand all of these. You don't need to be experts of these different tests, but you can learn if you like, right? But this is the lean startup model. You need to do a little bit more research on lean startup model, but this is the idea. Okay. All right. So it's now a 2:30 Sri Lankan time. That started. Yeah. So 2 hours has passed. Okay, I think we have time. We can take another 30 minutes to do this. Right. Now, before I move to the business model canvas, do you have any questions on the lean startup model? How do you apply this to in real life? How do you apply this? Let's say that you have an idea for an app, for a mobile app, right? Some kind of a beauty app, right? It gives you makeup ideas customized to you, different makeup ideas, and when you with that app, I'm just brainstorming, right? I'm just imagining when you open that app and you say, okay, I have a party tonight. It's a cocktail party. So you give where you are going and the type of dress that you're wearing, the color of the dress or whatever. You can even scan it or whatever. You take a picture of it, whatever. And then what kind of style you are interested in. And then you sort of hold it in front of your face, and then it automatically puts up makeup on your face on the screen and demonstrate how to do it, right? What kind of color to use on your eyes or whatever, right? Do you like that app? If you had that app, there are ladies here. If you like makeup, I'm sure you like makeup. An app like that might work. I don't know. Right. So I think that okay, I'm thinking now that app would be very successful, but I don't know if it is successful. Now, what must I do? What should I get a team of developers and sort of create this whole app, or should I follow the lean startup model? If obviously I need to follow the lean startup model. So if I'm following the lean startup model, what must I do first? What do you think? Precious, what do you think? What is the minimum viable product for an app like this?
With gaining ideas about the startup.
Yeah, what is the minimum viable product for an app like that? Just you can just imagine. Others, what Jada, Jadin, Kyle, what is a minimum viable product? Did you understand the app idea that I just explained to you? Right? The big app, what I want is when you give the information, the type of party, the type of place that you're going, and the time of the day, the dress, the color of the dress, you feed all that information, and then you scan, then you hold the phone in front of your face, the camera scans your face, and it puts the makeup that is suitable for that, and shows how to do it also, and gives all the colors and everything, right? Now that's the app. Now if I want to build a minimum viable product of that app just to take it to the market, I'm not going to build the whole thing at once because I don't know whether it is going to be successful or not. So I'm going to build a minimum viable product, MVP. What can be that MVP for that app? What do you think? Come on. Kyle, go ahead. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer here.
Face recognition app.
Yeah, you need face recognition for that, but face recognition is like a big advanced one, right? What will I develop first and take to the market before I do that whole face recognition and everything? I just want to test the market if this idea is working.
You could maybe start with gathering tips from maybe makeup artists and post tutorials on how to do certain makeups.
Who said that? Jada?
Jada, yes.
Jada, well done. Perfect. Right? What you said is you will get a few sort of makeup tips, maybe even some videos. You will just capture it on the phone, whatever, right? And you will just put it on some kind of a little mobile website, right? Like a progressive website. You know, progressive websites are websites essentially, but they work like apps on mobile phones, right? And then you will just put it like that, and you will just push it on Facebook or whatever, or on Instagram or whatever. Because that's not going to take a lot of money. It's not going to cost you a lot of money to do a few videos like that, few tips, whatever, right? And it's not going to take a lot of time as well, right? You can make that with very limited resources. In just a couple of weeks, you can do that, and you just put it there, and you put a nice name, and you try to push it to people, right? Push it to markets, just strangers, and get them to use it. But importantly, you will get feedback. You need to find ways to get feedback from them, right? How are they using? How long did they watch this? What did they like? Whatever, right? That you need to plan what kind of feedback you're getting. And if you see people are liking this, then you know that you're onto something. And then you can, you know, what we say, iterate or iterate, right? So that the first version is the first iteration, right? The first MVP, that's the first iteration. And then you get the feedback, and you introduce what you gathered from the feedback, and you again put it out, and that's called the second iteration, right? So you go in an iterative approach, right? Maybe the users might say, oh, I quite like this, or you might then say, take your picture, just take a picture and send it on the app, and then a makeup artist will sort of work on it and send it back to you, right? And then you can see how that works. I mean, you know, you get 10 people to send pictures like that, and then you get a little bit of photoshopping and do it, and then send it back to them and see what they think about it, right? So I'm just using an example for you to sort of understand this thinking, right? So you're not going to develop the whole app at once the way you think it should be and then take it to the market. Instead, you're developing it progressively, iteratively, right? You take the MVP to the market, test it, and you know, the market might not like that at all. The market say, oh, this is not useful, we have enough of this, no point of this. Then you know that is not going to work, and then you think, okay, what will they like? You know, did I you can test what are the things that they like, and then you capture that, and then change your product a bit more, and then once again put it out there and see if customers like that. And if the customers like it, then you know that you're onto something like that. That's how that is called lean startup.